Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I've got a very special video for you guys. I've been working on this for a number of months, and I'm finally ready to release it, which is my full walkthrough, 100% start to finish guide on how to get Dragonwrath, Tarecgosa's Rest. Now, if you guys didn't know what that is, it's the legendary staff from Firelands, and this is going to take you guys, I would say, about 3 to 4 months to complete, but don't worry about it. Your boy is going to be with you guys every step of the way, and of course, the first step is where is Firelands? I got to show you guys where that is and how to start the quest. Now, Firelands is in Hyjal, and it's at the Sulfuron Spire, as you guys can see. Zone into that instance right there, and that is Firelands. Now, you have to go in there and pretty much just kill trash, and until you get a quest called Your Time Has Come. And you can kill Molten Giants. Just pretty much, people say you have to be friendly. People say you can kill a Molten Giant and you automatically get it. And other people say you have to clear BWD, Bastion of Twilight, or Throne of the Four Winds in order to actually get the quest. I'm not entirely sure, but you want to do all three of those if you're not getting it for whatever reason. Now, after you get the quest, you go right in here to the Mage Tower. This is where it is for Alliance, of course. But you don't go in here as Horde. And you go and you talk to Cordami, and she's going to give you the next quest. I think it's called the All-Seeing Eye. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to collect 25 Eternal Embers and 3 Sands of Time. Now, the Eternal Embers are drops from the bosses in, right there, you see there's 25 of them, the bosses in Firelands. You want to do this on 25-man, preferably on Heroic, so you just get more stuff. And you definitely want to do it on 25-man Heroic, and the reason for that is that's where you're going to get the most Embers, the most Cinders, the most Siphons, and all the different items that you get for actually complete that you need to complete this. You're going to get more of them in 25-man Heroic than you would in the other ones. So you pretty much just need to run that. You get about 3 from each boss on 25-man Heroic, and so I would recommend just go ahead and do that. After you get to 25, you go right over here where Oldham is, like right where like Oldham, Ungoro Crater, Silthius, and Anchorage, and you talk to this person right here, and this is where you buy the 3 Sands of Time. Just because it says it requires Alchemy 525, that's just because you have to you use those to make the Sandstone Drake, but you can still buy these even if you're not an alchemist. Don't worry about it. So you buy all 3 of these Sands of Time, and then you have to go over to the Caverns of Time and talk to Anachronos. I think that's how to pronounce his name. I probably messed it up, but I'm not entirely sure. And after you talk to him, he's going to give you a quest, and there it is right there. Eternal Flame and the Sands of Time. Yeah, Sands of Time. Did I say that? I don't even remember. So anyway, what he's going to do is he's going to make, like, there's a lot of things where dragons are breathing and creating something. This is a predominant theme throughout this video. And this time, Anachronos is breathing and using this all-seeing eye. Now, apparently, I think this is so you can see into the past or see into the future and see into some other area. And after a while, you can go ahead and pick up the quest On a Wing and a Prayer. And this is the part where you have to go to Kaldara, which is in Borean Tundra, and it's the Nexus event. This is what starts it off. And so this All-Seeing Eye is allowing the brown dragon, or the bronze dragon fight, to help the blue dragon fight see kind of what's going on, because like there's a bit of like, I guess like kind of a mutiny in the blue dragon fight, or at least a lot of discourse. And so anyway, we're going to go right over there to Kaldara, and y'all are going to be spending a lot of time going to and from Kaldara. Now here it is right here, and a lot of the cinematics, there's about cinematics about to happen. A lot of them I kind of cut out, and the reason for that is I don't really have the sound because I'm doing the voiceover and everything. But there are a lot of videos on YouTube that you can go and you can take a look at for the cinematics. And I'll explain a little bit of the lore, kind of what's going on. But I'll also have links in the description for if you don't want to really watch the lore, you just want to go straight to the different points in the video for like Delegation and like for like this and for the Cinders and for the Siphons, all that. I'm going to have that Hard Flame. I'll have links in the description that goes directly to those. And so there's Tarecgosa, and this is, I mean, like y'all, I mean, like her name is the staff, okay? So she's got a big part in this story. And so she's got to, then you go ahead and you talk to her after cinematic. Yo, by the way, I want to say right now, just, you can kill her. You can kill her right now. You can kill her. Like, she's neutral. You can actually kill Tarecgosa right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. I thought it'd be funny to do it. I thought it'd be funny. It took me a week for her to respawn. I don't know why. Do not kill Tarecgosa, even though you can. It's pretty funny. But, I mean, she doesn't even drop loot. She doesn't even, maybe she dropped like 15 silver. I don't remember. Either way, so you talk to her and you get the quest to go into the Nexus. Bottom line. And so anyway, where is it? Oh yeah, I kind of had, I forgot about that. This is going to be a long video, and I've got probably a little bit too much stuff in here, and I could have cut it down a little bit more, but I wanted to make sure that this was a very, what's really the word for that? And you go in the Nexus, and it's like this separate phase, by the way. It was like very comprehensive. Everything you need to know was in this video, and so I think I've done a pretty good job at actually doing that, but we'll see. So anyway, there she is, Tarecgosa, and you go through this whole little thing. Now, honestly, this was a lot more difficult at 85, and I actually, one of my regrets is I did not actually have a chance to do this at 85. I never got this staff done at 85 or even really at 90, and so I never really got to understand and you know, like do I really like the you know, like this is kind of like the green fire thing for warlocks, and kind of like a you know, like a mini you know, like class quest kind of for the classes that can get Dragonwrath, and so I'm going to speed this up, but it used to be very, very difficult to do, and so unfortunately I never really got the chance to do it while I was level appropriate, but I'm going to go through the whole thing, and so I'm pretty much just going to be talking about random stuff, honestly, while we get over there, because honestly, it speaks for itself, really, what you have to do. Yeah, I mean, like, so whenever this came out, whenever Firelands came out, like, man, like, I was, like, really excited about this, and I thought it was just the coolest shit ever, that, like, they introduced this new legendary staff, and, you know, you have to go through the Nexus, and there's, like, all these, like, 85 elites that have, like, infiltrated the Nexus, and, you know, all this really cool stuff is happening. And I wish, honestly, guys, I wish they would add more of these legendaries back into the game. Like, everybody gets a ring, everybody gets a cloak. Not really a good time. Sometimes it's really cool to have these things that, and I never really felt like cheated. Never felt cheated that I didn't get the staff, you know, like, because I was a warrior. Man, I was just so happy. I was so happy whenever we had our first our first Dragonwrath Tarecgosa's Rest in our guild, and it was so cool, and it was like a group effort, really, really cool. And this is coming from somebody who was not actually the person who received it. And so then Tarecgosa is over there. I don't even know why. Oh no, I guess she was like walking with you. Maybe she turned into human form. I don't really remember. Honestly, like, as I said, this video, oh, yo, by the way, y'all had better like this video. Y'all had better love this video, because I've been working on this video longer than I've been working on the Flamebreaker video. Like, this has just taken me forever to do, and so I'm very, very glad that I'm finished with it, but it's almost like bittersweet, because I've been enjoying, like, building this video and working on this over months and months and months and months. So anyway, and sorry, I do apologize if my chair is a little bit squeaky. I have to get some WD-40. So anyway, you gotta wait for it to breathe at this gate here, and after that, you can go on these little discs, and you fly around, and if one of the dragons breathes on your disc, click another disc, or you fall down and die. And honestly, at level 100, this character is like 630 or something like that, and I was able to complete this no problem whatsoever. And so I wouldn't really think that, like, anybody who's level 100, even level 90 probably, would have any trouble whatsoever getting this done. And so don't really worry about it too much. You're just going to be clicking on the discs, and pretty much what you have to do here is you have to use the eye, and you have to see into, like, this other, see, there it is, see, you know, watch out for that. And you have to click on the eye and see, like, because I'll show you guys in a minute, but Tarecgosa, who's Malygos's son, is engaging in some very nefarious shit, okay? And, you know, like, I guess, like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Well, I guess, like, the dragon egg doesn't fall far from the roost. Either way. You know, he's nefarious, just like his dad, okay? And y'all are going to see exactly what's going on. Well, not entirely, because I actually cut the cinematic, but I'll tell you guys what happened. And so anyway, you go ahead and you kill all this stuff, and then you have to kill, like, this little mini-boss, which was apparently really hard to do a long time ago, but now I think I killed him like 2 or 3 hits, so don't really worry about him too much. And there he is right there, coming out of nowhere. And it's like, look at that, the Twilight Dragonflight. It's a Twilight Dragonflight. They're not even supposed to be here. It's like, this is like the Blue Dragonflight. This is like their house, okay? And, like, they're coming in, and it's like, they're not even supposed to be here. So anyway, here it is, and you talk to her, and then you have to click on the little eye. And see, here it is. Here's the cinematic here, and it looks actually really cool. Y'all see, I took a screenshot. And so Tarecgosa, again, Malygos's son, is talking to none other than Deathwing, the Destroyer, the worst thing in the entire expansion. Tarecgosa is talking to him and, you know, like, conspiring with Deathwing. And so, like, I mean, what a dick, right? As I said, I mean, like, what do you expect? But again, I think he's just mad because, I mean, like, all the other dragons, they went and they killed his dad, basically, and, like, we did too. But, you know, so he's a little bit pissed off about that, talking to Deathwing. And so anyway, you see that happen, and then you go back and you talk to Tarecgosa, And anyway, after that, you're going to be able to go ahead and talk to Kel'Thuzad. Now, you can do all, like, a lot of this stuff, a lot of this, like, RP stuff, is, like, 90% of this video is actually 10% of the time, and, like, 10% of this video is, like, 90% of the time you're actually going to be spending in real-time calendar days doing this, this quest here. And so then you get this quest, Actionable Intelligence, and you have to go back to Nordrassil and talk to Kel'Thuzad. Now, Kel'Thuzad is, he's not happy with the fact that Tarecgosa is talking to Deathwing. Okay, he's not happy. He doesn't like it. Well, he's not gonna have it. All right. And so there's Kel'Thuzad, and you go and you talk to him. And I probably should have done some of this RP stuff whenever I, you know, before, not on the camera. So anyway, so then I was just clicking on some of the RP stuff. You know, who is Tarecgosa? And you know, because I was actually kind of curious. I had no idea. And anyway, so like it says, Tarecgosa is very special to me. So it's like, I guess like it's like Kel'Thuza's girlfriend. Either way, like, spoiler alert, Tarecgosa gets killed, and so I guess like Jaina was like Kel'Thuza's like rebound girl or something like that, which probably contributes to why she's always pissed off all the time. Anyway, so you finish the quest. You finish the quest, and then you're gonna get the next part, and this is the part that a lot of people want to know how to do. So now you cannot solo this. I think like maybe with like one of the classes you might not be able to solo it, but honestly, I think almost all classes you'll be able to solo Delegation. And I'm going to show off probably, as I said, a little bit more than I probably need to with like all these clips, but I'm going to make sure that it's very comprehensive because this is one of the parts that people get stuck on. And so what you have to do is you have to get a special crystal from Beth'Telak, Shanox, Rylith, and Alis Razor. And you put all of those crystals together and do some kind of Captain Planet shit and open a portal and kill this other guy. But we're not there yet. So anyway, Beth'Telak, and you want to do these all in 10 man, and also make sure that you don't kill the bosses in the process of doing Delegation. The reason for that is so then you can do the other RP quests after Delegation and then come back and get the Cinders from them later on, and so you're saving yourself some time. So what you have to do for Beth'Telak is you don't go up, just go ahead and kill the Spiderwings, and then whenever the drone spawns, what you need to do is you need to kill the drone, and you're going to pick up all of the little fragments. So all of these function in the same way, where you have to pick up 3 little fragments, turn it into a dull fragment, and then use the dull fragment whenever the boss casts some sort of ability. And in this one, it's going to be the ability that she does the explosion after she reaches 0 energy, and you guys pretty much know how that works probably. And so after you kill the drone, you have to loot these obsidian flicked chitin fragments. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Chicken. You know what? We're just gonna call that chicken fragments. All right. And so then you put them together and you get the dull chicken fragment. And then you pretty much just have to sit around here. And I'm just going to fast forward just in case people don't know what's really going on. Because, like, I mean, Firelands was, you know, progression was a long time ago. You might not really know exactly how to do this. So she does the explosion. More spinners come down. You kill the spinners. Now, I was going to say you can taunt them down. But, you know, everybody that is able to do this has to be a ranged. And so anyway, go ahead and you kill all the spinners, and then you go ahead and you can click on one of those webs that comes down, and then what that's going to do is that's going to pull you up, and it doesn't really matter how fast you do this because you're waiting for Beth'Telak has like an energy bar, and that energy bar has to reach 0, and right before that energy bar reaches 0, well, she casts a spell called Smoldering Destruction, and whenever you have to throw down the dull chicken focus right before she casts Smoldering Destruction, and whenever that happens, it will empower or something like charge. I think it's charge, actually. Charge the chicken focus, and so you can use it to combine with the other focuses to open the door. And so anyway, you just pretty much have to walk around here. Now, if these meteors come down, y'all are going to see in a second, if there's like a red thing under you, like right there, make sure that you get out of it, because if the meteor comes down, then you can fall through the center, and then you might not be able to go back up because there won't be a web that you can go back up from. And so be aware of that. And so she's casting Smoldering Devastation. I threw it down. There it is right there. And you just loot it after it comes back up. And see, there it is. And again, like, I had to move out of this. So I thought I was actually going to fall through. I would have if I had stayed there. And see, there it is. Charge chicken focus. And so that's really all it takes to get the Beth'Telak one. This is, like, honestly, like, there's 3 of them that are easy and 1 of them that's hard. Okay? And the one that's hard is really only hard if you've got a weird way of doing it. Like, warlocks have no trouble doing it. Mages have no trouble doing it. But druids do have a lot of trouble doing it, which is why I'm very lucky that I was actually on a druid, so I can show you guys this very special way of doing it. And so the next guy here is Lord Rylith, and what you have to do here is Lord Rylith spawns, and this is actually real easy. all you have to do is you just wait for the little rocks to spawn around the edges of his arena that you fight him on, and then after you get 3 of them, you put those together to create the dull focus, and then you throw the dull focus down whenever he casts Stomp right under him, and that's going to charge it. Very, very easy to do. And if, let's say, you mess one of them up or whatever, you can just do it again. It's not like this is the end of the world. You only have one shot at it. It's not 8 Mile, and so don't really worry about this too much. It doesn't, and like you're not really going to get overwhelmed by like the volcanoes or any kind of shit. And again, just do this on 10-man normal. Like there's no reason not to. Like maybe for Shanox if you need to hit him for like rage or something like that. But other than that, I would just say just do this on 10-man normal. And so there it is, and I've got 2 of them. I just need to get one more. Was it Rhyolite fragment? And then I just put it down, and he does a stomp, and that's all it takes. Ugh. Sorry. This is a long video. I actually messed this video up because I called the legendary the wrong name, and so I had to re-record the entire thing. And so a little fun fact there while we're waiting. There's a dull Rhyolite focus, and he does a stomp, and then that empowers it. It's kind of annoying here. I gotta wait for it to come over, but then you can loot it, and that's really all it's gonna take. Now the Shanox one is really only difficult if you're trying to solo it. Now if you have friends, which is probably harder than actually completing this entire staff, but if you have friends, then what you can do is you can just have your friend come in, and the reason for that is in order to actually get the Shanox one done, what you have to do is you have to kill 3 Crystal Prisons, and he only casts Crystal Prison when there are 2 things on his aggro table. And in order to get 2 things on his aggro table, it's kind of weird. Like what I had to do is I had to pull him with the Treants, and so I had to be Guardian for him to actually throw a Crystal Prison at me, and then Riplim or Rage Face, one of his 2 dogs, have to actually hit it. And then whenever they hit it, you have to break the Crystal Prison, and it drops a little item on the ground, and you have to pick it up. Now, this is also another really fun part, is you have to loot this thing while all 3 of them are attacking you. And my solution to doing that was just keep spam clicking it, and it took me like, I don't know, about a minute or so, and I got it, and then I died, and then I just did it again. It took me kind of a while, but it ended up working. And so that would be what I would say. Now, obviously, as I said, if you want to save yourself a big headache, bring somebody else. But if you don't really have that option, and if you're like a warlock or something with like a permanent pet, or like a mage with like a water elemental, you're gonna have a lot less trouble with this than most other people will. And like as a druid, like you can only do this as a guardian because you have to have the treants. And sometimes the Treants don't really work, and it took me a lot of tries doing this, and it's going to take you guys, honestly, a lot of trial and error, because that's exactly what it took me. And so I finally got all 3 of them, and as you guys see, I'm kind of low health, and so I opted to just wait and do it another time. And so what you want to do here is, because you have to be very fast with this, is you have to be... put the item on your action bar, and the reason for that is so you won't really have to worry about like clicking it out of your bags, because you have to be very fast. Now, whenever he throws his spear, and like I think it's like Riplim or Rage Face, I think it's Riplim, or maybe it's I don't even know. One of the dogs runs to it. Okay, one of the dogs runs to it. You need to throw the fragment down. So you watch this, threw it right down, and it hits it. And so the spear has to hit it right there in the middle, I think, or pretty close to it, and then it charges it, and you're good to go. And so that's really all it takes to get the Shanox one. Again, probably the most frustrating one. This took me like an hour to do. But honestly, that's because I didn't really know how to do it. I had to look up different stuff, see what other people did, and then figure out this thing. And so anyway, long story short, it's a real pain in the ass. And if you've done this one, you're pretty much, all the rest of the ones are going to be very easy. So the next one here is Alyss Resort. Alyss Resort is also very, very easy to do. Now, Alyss Resort, the way this works is whenever she summons the 2 adds, the voracious hatchlings, she summons them to the 2 eggs, and whenever the eggs spawn and the voracious hatchling spawn, under them spawns 2 little crystals that you have to click. And so you just click on both of the crystals, and that's 2 of them, 2 of the fragments, and then you have to wait for an entire tornado phase, wait for it to charge back up, and then wait for the next 2 set of 2, and then click those as well. And so it's kind of like a waiting game, unfortunately, but you have to do it. I mean, there's just no way you can make it go any faster. I guess you could like reset it, and that would be a little bit quicker, but as a Worgen Druid, I don't really have that option. So anyway, here come the 2 eggs, and I'll show you guys exactly how this works. Now, you can click both of them maybe before you even have to kill these guys, but they're very, very easy to kill, honestly, because you get a 500% damage buff on them whenever they imprint on you. I think that's what the debuff is called, the imprint on you. And there is, see, I click one of them. It was a ninja click, and they didn't even know it was going to happen. I mean, I guess like because they're little babies, right? But either way, I got one of them off before I even had to worry about it. And then there's the second one. And then I decided that, you know, like, I think you guys can figure out, just sit around and wait, don't kill her. And then went to the second one, and then so you have to wait for her to get re-empowered. You know, she does the tornado phase, you know, goes crazy, and then she falls on the ground, and the 2 guys are charging her up. And then what you have to do is you have to wait until her energy bar is almost full, like I say, like 90% or like 80%, and throw down, or even less than that, as you guys can see, throw it down, and whenever she casts the full power and she knocks you back, that will empower this focusing crystal. And after you have all 4 of them, this is whenever you can actually do the delegation. And this is really the hard part, honestly. The rest of them, doing the actual quest delegation, like killing the mini-boss and all that, is not really that hard to do. And so there it is. You know, by their powers combined, we're going to open this portal. Sorry. Anyway, so here's where it is. And I remember, man, the first time we did this, oh my God, I was so excited. I was like, you know, like moving around in my chair like this, man. I was so happy. And there it is right there. And you go up to the Path of Corruption. And man, like, this was so fun. This was so fun. I thought this was just the coolest thing in the world. And anyway, I even have like a video from like back in the day later on in this video, and I'll show you guys what it was like back in the day, like the server first time that we did this. And so anyway, there it is right there. So you get up to 3 of them, and you click all 3 of them. You open up that the door, and see, like, man, whenever this happened. Oh my God, like I probably have like 5 screenshots of this. I couldn't find any of them though. I was going to put in some screenshots throughout the video, but I can only find one clip for the for videos. So anyway, you use all 3 of them. And like, I think if like, I don't know, for whatever reason you get DC'd and you can come back in, the portal will probably still be there. It might not be there if you do a soft reset, or you wait a day or 2, or you reset the instance, or it's like the next week for the next reset of the instance. And so make sure whenever you actually open the portal, you're you have enough time to actually clear this stuff, which is, by the way, about like 5 minutes. Okay, so don't really worry about it too much. Then you have the Harbingers of Blame, which are the same guys that you fought with the Alyssa Resort trash. Not really a big deal. They were, oh my God, like we wiped on this like 6 times because like nobody knew how to interrupt Pyroclast Barrage. Man, because you had to like 2 people, because like you couldn't trust one. Okay, you could never trust one person to do this, especially in my guild back in the day. Like, I mean, I'm in the same guild. Like, this is actually my first time, and you click on that, by the way, after you call through this. I'm actually in the same guild that I was in back then. This was actually my first like real tier rating with them. But man, we had some stupid people back in the guild back then, and so there was a lot of problems. And so then the Tormented Protector spawns. Now, there's a thing that can happen that's not good, and make sure whenever he casts Smoldering Roots that you don't take that debuff off yourself. And the reason for that is he does that stomp, and it's like a huge knockback. And I do have a screenshot of like him running off the edge of this crater here, chasing our tank who got knocked off because he got dispelled. And so make sure that you don't dispel that or do anything like that, because you'll be having a bad day. And so then after you beat him up enough, he's like, okay, that's enough, I'm done. And so I guess, like, I don't know, like Ragnaros is like mind controlled him, and it's like, because you're getting like a branch of Nordrassil, which is like the staff that you're going to use to like empower to fight Ragnaros. It's pretty cool. And so anyway, and then he gives you this really cool buff, Blessed Defender of Nordrassil. Now, not only does it make you really big temporarily, it goes away in a second, no, it makes you do more damage to the next mini-boss, and it also gives you a title that you can wear called Blessed Defender of Nordrassil, but it only lasts for 2 hours, unfortunately. And then it's like, man, I remember whenever this happened, man, this was so cool, because you had to fight this guy, and like the person who was who had the staff, they had to pretty much tank this guy because of how much damage he did, and you take 95% less damage. It was like really, really cool doing this for the first time, like all this like AoE damage going out and like fighting this giant like Volcanus, like fire elemental. Oh my God, it was great. So anyway, it's not really that hard to kill, by the way. Not really a big deal. And again, you just want to do this. I think I did this actually on, am I doing this on 25, man? Yeah, I think I am. And again, it's really not that hard. And so then, I don't know, I guess like it's Cleansing the Fire, or the Fire, it's probably Cleansing the Fire. And there's the branch of Nordrassil, and you go ahead and you click on that. And then there now you've got it. But that's only the first step. See, the staff is going to take like 3 different There's going to be 3 different steps of this staff. And so then, oh yeah, the little thing, whenever you walk, it puts those little flowers under you. And I wish that there's a way you could get this again, because especially after you finish the staff. But, you know, unfortunately, I don't think there is. There's the title right there. And you get the little flowers that follow you whenever you're walking around. So that's pretty cool. And this lasts for 2 hours. I think there's a TCG item that does this too, even if you don't have the option of doing this quest, or you want to have this keep going on, you know, after you run out of the debuff. And it lasts for 2 hours too, by the way. And again, you don't want to kill any bosses. Wait for actually getting the quest to get the Seething Cinders. Go on back over to Kuldar, and then there's Tarecgosa, and he's like, hey, what's up? Is it done? And then you say, listen, here it is. It's done. Okay? And so what he's going to do now is he's going to breathe on it. Remember what we talked about at the beginning of the video, how breathing on shit is like a theme in this video. Well, then he's going to be doing that right now. And so there he is. He's doing his thing. And then he's going to take like the eye that you got from Anachronos and the stick, and he's going to put them together, and somehow it turns into a staff. All right, how about that? And so this is the first step of the staff, and you're going to get 2 other steps as well. And the third step, of course, is the legendary staff. And then these 2 are going to come together, and that's going to be pretty much what's going to happen after your turn. There it is. Sorry. As I said, this is my second time recording this because I said the legendary's name wrong, and I could not think of a way that I could edit that out and not make it extremely awkward or obvious. So there it is right there. Even the battle-worn hero such as yourself cannot help but to be humbled by a gift like this. Look at that. I probably said that wrong, but you guys know. So it's a good day. And so there it is. And so you gotta be doing this thing right here, emergency extraction, and you gotta be going right over there. And this is gonna be another cutscene. Now, so you check this out. Remember what we were talking about? We talked about before about Aragos, Malygos' son, being really, really nefarious. Okay, so he is so nefarious that Kel'Thuzad, he's actually going to be coming in here, and he's going to get ambushed by, it's not even the Blue Dragon fight, it's the Twilight Dragon fight out of fucking nowhere where they're not supposed to be, ambushing Kel'Thuzad. Look at that. I see he's doing the mount special, and then there it is right there, you know, porting out, and he's like, what is this? Like, what the fuck, why are you guys here? And then they start channeling on him, like I don't even know, they put him to sleep, something like that. But luckily, okay, and we've got Tarecgosa coming in here, and she's going to go ahead and just go do on like a suicide mission against this purple ball here. And I don't really know why. I mean, I don't know why she had to get killed by doing this, but she's going to run into here, and they're going to die, and something else like that. But it's going to kill her in the process, or it's not going to kill, but she's going to die. Well, I guess she's going to pretty much die in the process, right? And so Kel'Thuzad is like, okay, and then see, look, he's mad again. He does another mount special, and so you guys know it's serious business. And so what he's going to be doing here, if you guys don't know how this is working, is he's going to be, since she's dying, he's going to bind her essence to you, okay, to your staff through you or something like that. And so as just like an aside here, Kel'Thuzad maybe is not the right pick for the leader of the Blue Dragon fight, because like there's a very bad lack of hindsight here, or foresight actually, that Thug Fresh is never going to get killed in Firelands. Like, it seems like, I mean, like you bind the essence of like your, I guess like your dragon girlfriend, and then you send them in to go fight Ragnaros. I mean, it seems like you know, putting all your eggs in one basket. But I'm not really going to question this because, again, you know, I'm not a dragon. Okay, if you guys did not know. Okay, and so then here he is. He's binding the Tarecgosa to your character, which is in this circumstance Thug Fresh, Blessed Defender of Nordrassil. And again, like, so after this, and again, remember what I was saying about like how 90% of this video, like you're like all this stuff, like delegation and all this, and like getting the cinders and like all the rest of that is all going to be in one video, is all 1 week. Okay, it's like probably like within like 2 hours of each other, and so it's not really that big. And so there it is. And so now he's able to bind Tarecgosa to you, and so then she doesn't really die. And this is the quest where you have to do the Seething Cinders. Now you want to make sure that you do this on 25-man heroic, and the reason for that is you get more Seething Cinders. Now it's going to take you pretty much like each boss drops about 60 cinders on average. on 25-man heroic, right? And so that's 420, kill all 7 bosses, and so there's no way you're going to be able to do this in 2 weeks, okay? So it's going to take you 3 weeks, but it's not really that bad. It's just going to take a little bit longer, okay? And so the way that this works is you just loot them. You can bring somebody else in, but you want to make sure that, of course, like, I mean, honestly, you want to be soloing this stuff anyway, just so you can make sure that you get all the stuff. But just make sure that obviously, you make sure that you are the only person on this quest. If you do have somebody else with you, and then there are the Seething Cinders, and I got 63. Sometimes you get 57. It changes with each difficulty, and so like if you're doing this on like 10-man normal, you hardly get any. Do it on 10-man heroic, you get a little bit more. Do it on 25-man normal, you get even more, and do it on 25-man heroic, you get the most. Okay, and so that's really all this takes, and each boss drops one, and again, make sure that if you're doing the delegation quest, that you don't kill the bosses in the process, so you can come back and get the cinders. And I think I accidentally killed, the reason I know that is I accidentally killed Bethelak. I didn't know to do that, and each boss drops it. Now Ragnaros, you can't siphon him for the next part, but you can get cinders from him, and so make sure that you do that. And I probably should have put him on heroic, but I don't really remember why I didn't. See, there it is right there. So I didn't get quite as many, right? I didn't get quite as many because it's on normal mode, because, you're not seeing any legs. Okay. So anyway, you do this. It's going to take you about 3 weeks. And then as soon as you finish this off, I think I have the clip. Yeah, here it is. Myself getting 1,000. Of these right here. Look at this right here. Wait for it. There's 1,000 Seething Cinders, and so that's pretty cool. And so this is the next part of the quest, and guess where you gotta go? You gotta go back to Kuldar. You gotta go back to Kuldar because some other kind of shit happened. See, like, this is the worst part, okay? Like, see, Kel'Thuzad is a real stand-up dude, because what you have to do is, you see, Kel'Thuzad is gonna have like it's like a Roman Senate like debate with Tarecgosa, except for the dragons, not Romans. And so, like, Tarecgosa is like, I mean, like, can you really blame him? He doesn't really want to get back in with the other dragon fights, okay? Because they just kill his fucking dad, right? And so they're like, he's like, you know what, fuck this. We're just going to stay in Kuldar, fly around. Maybe, Nexus Drakes will kill people flying in, level 71's flying in. It's going to be great, okay? But Kel'Thuzad is like, no, listen, Deathwing, watch out for him. We all got to get together and kill him. Like, I read the book Day of a Dragon back when I was in like 14 years old, and I can remember a couple of things, but one thing I can't remember is Deathwing was a huge badass even without all of the Nilzoth like empowering him. And so it's like, I don't know why Kel'Thuzad doesn't say, it's like, listen, like, this guy like tried to kill me, like, why are we even talking about him? Like, we need to put him in dragon jail, okay? But apparently, as I said, Kel'Thuzad is a stand-up guy, and so he's going to be totally cool with this, and he's going to have a debate with Tarecgosa about like, yo, we should do this, and Tarecgosa is like, nah, listen, because I got this secret plan with Deathwing, but not everybody else is supposed to know that. And so they're going to be doing this little talk, and it's like, I don't know why. Oh, that's you. That's Tarecgosa. Never mind, I was a little bit confused. And so there it is. Y'all are going to be flying up there, and like I showed this cinematic because it looked just so cool. It looks so good. Like, I thought this was so fun. And again, like, y'all can look up on YouTube the actual cinematics and what's actually going on, so you can watch the sound and everything else like that. And so, yeah, there's like this little, I guess, like, tribunal, or well, it's really a debate. It's like who's going to be, I guess, like, president of the Blue Dragon fight. And see, there's Tarecgosa, there's Kel'Thuzad, it's going down. Okay, and this is pretty much really all there is to it. And after a while, like, they talk, and then so the Blue Dragon fight, like, because they're not stupid, right? They're not stupid, and so they're like, okay, we're Kel'Thuzad. It is done, Druid. Kel'Thuzad is now the new aspect of the Blue Dragon fight, so they chose him. He's now the president, and so that's going to be pretty cool. And his first act as president of the Blue Dragon flight, or aspect, is going to be, he's going to give you the next upgrade of the staff of Nordrassil. So that's pretty cool. And see, this is the last quest here, Heart of Flame. Now you have to collect 250 Smoldering Essences and do the Siphons. This is what people call it. And then collect the Heart of Flame from Ragnaros himself. Now this is probably going to be the longest part. It's probably going to take you 5 to 6 weeks. And yeah, about 5 to 6 weeks. 5 if you get lucky, and 6 if you don't. Okay, assuming you do it every week on 25-man heroic. And so the way you actually get the Siphons is you have to equip the staff of Nordrassil, and then siphon it from the bosses. Now, as you can see, I only got 9 there from the 25-man heroic boss. And so on average, you get like 8 to 12, okay? And you cannot siphon Ragnaros, okay? It doesn't matter, people, like I wanted to show it on Heroic, you can't siphon him even if it is on Heroic, okay? And so just so you know that, and here it is, me getting the last siphon a couple weeks later, actually a few weeks later. And I don't know, it's 5 a few. I think 5 is a little bit too many for a few. Well, it is some amount of weeks later. And then you get 250. Now, after you get 250, you can collect the Heart of Flame. Now, before you get 250, you cannot collect the Heart of Flame. And so I did this, and I want to show this right here. So here you come. You get all 250 essences, and there's Ragnaros. That's a really cool picture. I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, now that's over. So you fight Ragnaros, and you get a debuff, and he also does a special say. What does he say? Deathwing has prepared me to face the vessel of Tarecgosa. Your fool's journey, y'all. What? I don't even know. I don't know. He probably knows. He probably knows grammar, right? But he said basically, y'all are gonna die. Okay, so you kill him, and you get a debuff as well. As you guys can see, there's a special debuff that you don't usually get, and then you have to go inside the fire here, and you can do this on Heroic as well. It's not like you only have to do it on normal. On Heroic, the heart also spawns after he dies, and you click on it, you get the Heart of Flame. Now, at this point, for all intents and purposes, you got the staff. Okay, you've got the staff. You're going to go to Stormwind, and there's going to be an event. All right, and we're going to be watching the event because it's like my victory lap of doing this thing for months. All right. So anyway, after you get all this stuff done, you go ahead and you can go over to Stormwind, and this is like the big event. And this thing is for Orgrimmar. If you're Horde, I would assume it's for Orgrimmar. And come over here and you talk to what's her name? How? They always got such weird names. Why can't they just name him like Jeff or something, or like Ashley or something like that? I don't know. Tarecgosa, I never heard of that. So anyway, you go ahead and you talk to her, and you turn into Heart of Flame along with the essences, and then pretty much you're gonna be doing the whole event, and you're gonna be like on Tarecgosa, and everything else is gonna be real cool. There it is, the stuff of legends, because it's a legendary. Right? And so anyway, we're going to be going through this whole thing. Like, I'm going to show you guys the whole thing. I'm not going to cut through it or anything like that. But just go through it. If you don't really want to watch the whole thing, you know, that's pretty much the end of the video. But I do want to show you guys, look at that, turn up the volume. Turn up the volume just to see this whole thing. Then you talk to her, start the event. And here it is. It's going to be going down. And so, look at this. I'm even RP walking. I'm even RP walking. That's how serious this is. Okay, I don't even do that all the time. Okay, I actually hardly ever do that because I'm not playing on Moonguard. Anyway, so then she puts this disc down where you have to step on it, and then you go up there, and you're going to go ahead and... I mean, like, y'all got to think, like, this is, like, a big deal, right? Because, I mean, like, you've taken the staff and taken the essence of, like, Kel'Thuza's, I guess, like, his girlfriend, or, like, at least, like, somebody who's very important to Kel'Thuzad. You've taken her essence and defeated, you know, the Lord of Firelands, Ragnaros, and, you know, I mean, like, and you've taken this branch of Nordrassil, the World Tree, and, I mean, like, so think about it, like, this is probably a big deal, okay? And so that's why Kel'Thuzad, look at that, he's in Stormwind now, like, this is a big deal. And so there it is, and he's going to be imbuing your staff, and he's going to take it into, make it a legendary. Welcome, friend. We've been expecting you. What does it mean, welcome? Like, Stormwind's my house. Like, you don't even live here. Like, how are you saying welcome? And it's not even, you're not even supposed to be here. And so, you know, to be congratulated in your success on the Firelands numerous times. But praise alone will not suffice. This means you're getting a staff. That's right. And so there's Tarecgosa as well. And, you know, this is just... And so everybody can see this. And so this event lasts for, like all the dragons are around, for, like, a few hours. And so it's really, really cool. And so then present me the staff, and I will imbue it with great power. No, it's a good thing I remember this right now. You can use this staff, if you've got enchant and everything, you can use this in Time Walker dungeons. And so, you know, put an enchant on it, like Power Torrent, whatever would be the best enchant. I guess it would be Power Torrent, because that's what it was then. But, you know, put some gems in it, everything else like that. And you can use these in Time Walker dungeons, and it scales... it scales down. You can actually use it in the proc works and everything like that. If you guys didn't know, it like used to duplicate your spells, and so it's really, really cool. It's like multi-strike version 1.0. And see, there it is right there, and there's the staff. Oh my god. Months after months after months of doing this, I'm just so happy. And it looks pretty cool, right? It looks significantly cooler than the other two staffs, but I guess that's the way it should be. I don't know, like Shadow's Edge looks pretty cool on its own. And it's like, I mean, there are some people, like, listen, okay? Some people are jealous. It's okay. It's okay. Haters gonna hate, all right? They're just mad because they don't have it, okay? They hate us because they ain't us, all right? And so there it is. You get the staff, and you get, like, what's that, almost 30 gold? How about that? That's great. And so you get, there it is, the feat of strength, and you're pretty, I mean, like, as I said, you pretty much, so check this out. On top of that, then I gotta equip the staff here. On top of that, you can actually click on the staff and it turns into a mount. That is also really, really cool. I thought that was awesome. And see, I'm still RPing walking around, and see, that's pretty much how to get it done. And guys, I'm so glad that I've had this opportunity to do this, and it is like one thing I really like to do on my channel is just like do these big ass guides, and just like, it was like nobody else really has, like I saw like a full video guide for how to get Dragonwrath Tarecgosa's Rest, like one video, and then it puts you see, it's supposed to be me riding her, but at least there's a staff, all right, so we're halfway there, and it's supposed to be you riding Tarecgosa so everybody can see. So like that's why I like I actually like transmogged my character to be looking, you know, thug fresh. And before I went on Tarecgosa in front of everybody, but it didn't even spawn me. I don't know what the fuck it was. But too bad. Either way, I got the staff. That's all right. And so I did want to show a quick clip with you guys, of one guy in our guild, and well, yeah, he is now, but not then. This is the server first Dragonwrath Tarecgosa's Rest back in like 2011 or 2012. And so you guys see right there, you know, Desire of Aftermath. Now, he's actually in our guild now. He's learned the error of his ways, but at that point, he was still in Aftermath, and he was the first person on the server to get Dragonwrath. And so there it is, by the way. You click on it, and there's the mount right there, and you can fly around. It looks pretty cool. It's a really fun thing to have. And, you know, a little bonus there, a little bonus. I always, you know, I really had a lot of fun doing this. And so I hope you guys do too, if you choose to do it. And honestly, guys, that's really pretty much all I've got. If you have any other questions, if there's anything I haven't covered, well, I'd be surprised if there's too many things I didn't cover. It's a long video. But if there's anything, just let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I really do. I really hope you guys liked it, because this has taken me a long time and a lot of effort and everything else like that. But anyway, guys, that is how to get Dragonwrath Tarecgosa's Rest. So that's pretty much all I've got. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.